Good morning, everyone. It is August tonight, and we have built ourselves the new version of Ghoti after Wings of the Guardian. It is a ton more consistent, a ton more interactive, and honestly, it's about as best as it can be when it comes to being able to play on your opponent's turn and just really having to pick and choose when you interact with things. Is it tier 1? I don't think so, but I do have a couple of replays lined up of beating some of the top tier meta decks, and really the thing with this deck is you have to be able to stop them before they get going. So obviously the deck does struggle a little bit going second. Some of the replays I do have are of people going second. We'll go over the new cards, but there's five new cards total that really crank this deck up. But anyways, into established boards, this deck can struggle a little bit. There aren't a whole lot in terms of negates. It's a whole lot of removal and stopping people from getting going in the first place. So if the deck can't do that, it does struggle some, and I can show that off as well. But the combos are a lot more difficult, and you'll see some of the bread and butter ones in some of the replays. But anyways, the new cards are Keith, Merc at the Ghoti. I love this little guy. Look at him. He's so stinking cute. And then what Keith is attached to is Sykes. You can actually see Keith right there. He's in the video, and he caught paces. Keith caught paces, and Sykes is gonna eat him. Sykes is absolutely massive. And then those are our two new Ghoti cards, and then we also got the white sunfish and the white sardine, which provide a lot of that initial like tuner slash non-tuner getting bodies on the field to make stuff lines. And then we also have Rhoda for both of them, which is white reincarnation. There were some other cards that came out as well for fish support, but they don't really fit the vision, so we'll cover all this stuff at the end. Oh yeah, white porpoise too. Forgot about that. We got a new sinker monster. You only summon it sometimes. Anyways, let's get into the replays. All right, first replay. We did get to go first on this one. A pretty decent hand. And they're gonna immediately shotgun Maxi. We fortunately have Ash Blossom. So, let's go. No roach for you today, sir. Alright. Start off with White Reincarnation. Gonna add Sardine to hand. Sardine sends a copy of itself as cost, cannot be Ash, and special summons itself. Abyss Shark then grabs this white Sunfish. Sunfish is going to target the Sardine in the grave, special summon itself and the Sardine, which allows us to go into our Synchro 6, Arion Post. Arion Post is going to banish Sykes from the deck, which is going to banish a Sardine to summon itself onto the field. It's going to grab a fish and banish a fish. So it gets one of our tuners in rotation, and we're going to link to into Marincess Coraline Enemy. I'm going to grab Sardine from the grave, which then, not once per turn, becomes a tuner. So that's fun. And we're going to go grab Dragites. And end our turn. So Dragite gets a spell and trap negate. And then we've got a whole bunch of stuff going on with Arion Post. We're going to hit them with Maxi right off the start. And this is against Raidraptors, so they're going to rank 4 Xyz into 4 Strix, and then we're immediately going to cut them off at the knees. So, going to use Schiff and Arion Post, go into a Synchro 8, which is Oscon. Arion Post is going to target itself. Oscon is also going to target itself and 4 Strix, which is going to banish both. Arion Post is going to banish itself and grab Snopios from the deck. Oscon is going to banish Sykes, summon itself back onto the field. Sykes is going to banish Chef, summon itself back onto the field. And Sykes is going to grab Keef, and then banish Keef. We are going to attempt to special summon, I think, or add a card from the deck, but we have Ash, we happen to draw from it on Maxi, and then they just end. And, I mean, we can all see where this is going. Let's speed her up. Lethal damage. We've got special summon protection, and they either Synchro or 10, but they had nothing. They had no gas left. Have a good night. On to the next one. Alright. Replay number 2, and this is against Yubel. We did the go first again, which is good, because Yubel has a really strong turn 1. Once again, starting off with Sardine, dumping itself. We're going to go with Leaf Fish this time. Shift. Shift is going to banish itself, and we're going to set Cross out and get going. Not nearly as explosive. This is a little bit closer to original Ghoti first turns. Shift comes back in the standby. They're immediately going to Phantom Bell, and we're going to Maxi. They're going to respond, sacrificing. And then we're going to go ahead and get our Arion Post lines going while we don't have to worry about another monster negate. I'm taking Shift and Lifeless into Arion Post. Your initial target for Arion Post is almost always going to be Sykes now. Sykes just gives you so much more value than anything else you can banish. Sykes. Spirit of Yubel gets normal Yubel. Sykes is going to banish Shift and come back. And then we've got Sharvara going to pop the Yubel. Sykes summons itself, gets Zep, and banishes Zep. It's the opponent's turn, and we banished a Zep, which means it immediately comes back. So we are going to Synchro 8 into Oscon. And Arion Post does its thing. We're going to banish Sardine and Sharvara. Arion Post is going to grab us Snopios. And then they're going to get another Phantom of Yubel and end their turn. And then this is a fun little interaction. You can use Cross Out to get another one of your small fish into rotation. So, Keef's coming back. Shift's coming back. Okay, Abyss Shark grabs us a Sunfish. Shift and Ascan. Grab us Chaying. Great source of being able to banish things. Alright, I'm going to link 2 with Abyss and Sykes into Corlin Enemy. Grab us Sardine. Sardine is going to become a tuner, but it doesn't really matter. We're going to go for a link 4 into Zelanthus. We're really trying to bait this Phantom Yubel. And he takes it. That's okay. Didn't really need to banish it. Okay, we've got Yubel back on the field. We're going to banish Sykes and Keef. Because we banished something. And then Sykes has got banished, so it's going to banish Ascon. Snopios is going to select itself to be banished when it leaves the field. Sykes come back. Chaying is going to banish some stuff from field and grave. Oscon's going to banish Zep. And then Sykes is going to add and banish Aces. I thought we had game, so I tried to attack. He had another Spirit in his hand, which is annoying. And then banish Shift for end of turn, and then going to link 4 again, just to clear up some space in the field. Got a bunch of stuff coming back in the standby for Great Bubble Reef. And then Snopios comes back to hand. Keef, come back. Shift, come back. Aces, come back. And then I'm going to banish one, draw a card, draw into another white sunfish. And then we're going to Che-Ying non-target banish again. Banish his other spirit and one of the phantoms. And Marincess just gets absolutely huge. We got Nightmare Pain. Nightmare Pain is going to destroy a regular Yubel in the hand. And Gruesome Gravescorner. Yubel destroyed. Then we have us Terror Incarnate. And then we're going to do Shift. He's going to dodge with Gravescorner. Alright, we have another Phantom Yubel. We're going to attempt to Synchro 10 just to try and bait Phantom Yubel. At this point, he realizes he didn't have any gas left and quits. Like I said, gotta cut them off at the knees before they get going. Fantastic game. Let's get on to the next one. Alright, last recording for the morning. This one is against Snake Eye Fire King, and we are going second. This one was pretty good, and also this hand it's okay. Fortunately, he didn't do too good. He just summoned, what's her name? Volcanics, added Arvada to hand, and popped Garunix. So we got Garunix and Grave, so that's potentially a problem. But we drew Snopio's return. Okay, Sardine, dump. Special summon, and he's gonna Circle of Fire Kings, or not Circle, whatever that thing is. This one, Skyburn. He's gonna Skyburn us, which is gonna get us OG Garunix and new Garunix. We're going to attempt to do White Reincarnation, and he's going to Ash us, so that's problematic. So we're gonna Snopio's Sardine and a Shift, get itself onto the field. Select that to be banishment, leaves the field. It's normal summon our other Shift, go for Synchro 8 into Oscan. Ascan is going to banish new Garunix. Oscan is going to come back. Snopios is going to come and by banishing Shift. We're going to go to battle and swing over his other one, and that's going to get banished thanks to Snopios, and then we're going to end. Alright, we've got Ponix coming back to hand, and then we got Shift coming back to the field. Synchro 10 set up, ready to go. It's going to get Fire King Sanctuary. We're going to do that, and then in response, we're going to Shift. We're going to deep beyond this before he can really get his gas going with Fire King Island. And we timed it so that as soon as Fire King Island hits the field, we're going to deep beyond him. Now he's going to 1-for-1 and go full Snake Eye combo on an open field. So this is fun. We're just going to speed this up a little bit. Going to go Link Maribo. Poplar's going to put herself in the back row. Snake Eye Ash. Going to grab Poplar. Poplar's going to summon itself. Snake Eye's going to send for Flameburge attack for some reason. Then go into IP. This Flameburge is going to summon to 2. I'm going to go for Promethean Princess, and then we've been holding on to this. We're going to go for Snopios. So Snopios is going to banish some stuff. Select Promethean Princess to be banished when it leaves the field. And Oscan's going to come back. Go for it there, buddy. Had an opportunity to push me into the back row, but really wanted that IP metal. Then it went for Amber Whale. I don't think he realized he banished his Promethean Princess. And yeah, here we go. Beautiful Princess return. Shift's coming back. He's immediately going to summon IP Masquerena. Apologize for my dog in the background. She wants to go outside. Right, Deep Beyond, coming back. Synchro 8, White Aura Whale. Basically forcing his IP Masquerena. Okay, he's gonna go into SP Little Knight, which is now indestructible from card effects, so it's just Flame Burst that gets popped. And then he's gonna banish my whale, which is annoying, but that's okay. Can always get it back with Key Flare. I think. Keith might specify 6 or lower. So, then SP is going to banish Deep Beyond. Xcan and Pacey's are going to go into Chaying. So he's going to sack for Linkuriboh. Poplar's going to place herself in the back row, and he's going to let Linkuriboh get destroyed because he thinks he's slick and is going to try and pop Chaying with Amblue Whale. He doesn't read, so we're going to banish Ascan and Snopios. Ascan's going to come back, Snopios is going to come back to hand by banishing Pacey's, and then we're going to swing over his Snake Eye Ash. Then Pacey's is going to banish itself. And he's gonna realize, oh crap, I misplayed hard by doing that. So, yeah. Ghoti taking down Snake Eye Fire King. Not something you see every day. And certainly not something that's gonna happen very often. But, yeah. On to the next one. So I got through those recordings pretty quick. So I figured we'd try and do some live duels. Let's see what we can do here. We are going to get to go first. That's a good start. Let's see what we can do here. Well, that is something. I don't know if I can do anything with this, but we'll see. Ooh. I can get one of the little guys that comes back in the end phase. Is this just normal or... Ooh, nice. Okay, perfect. Perfect. Just tribute summon signs. This is not something that happens very often. Alright. Sykes is gonna do its thing. So let's get Schiff. We'll get Schiff into rotation. Not gonna banish itself. Alright, and then we're gonna cross out. Because we didn't get hit with Maxi. So let's just throw Keith for a little bit of special summon protection. Alright. Yeah, that's about it for turn 1, I guess. Draw face. Kif come back. Alright, Keef. So, fun fact about the Ghotis, their names are all anagrams for the word fish in different languages. The only real exception being Enoch, which means ocean, and then Keef, which says fake. It's a lure, it's not a real fish, which is pretty neat. I've got, what, 2 interruptions? 3 if you include Ash Blossom, so not bad, not bad. Let's see what we can do with it. I really gotta pay attention, though, and hit them correctly. What is gonna happen? Also, our 4 little fish now, their defense go up in terms of their usefulness here. Ooh, okay, yeah, I definitely don't want you to have that field spell, so we're just gonna shift right off the bat. Let's go Ascan. Alright. Ascan, banish itself, and the field spell. None of that. No thank you. Alright. Ascan, come on back. Let's banish Sykes. Sykes is going to banish Shift. Get Shift back into rotation. And then Sykes is going to add and then banish a fish. Ah, fuck. That's not something you want to see. Alright, well played there, guy. Ghoti now plays in a nib, by the way. Well, that's problematic. But that's okay. We can do... Let's do Snopios. We're not done yet. Already banished both them. Alright, Snopios, banish, Geef. We'll, hopefully not get OTK'd. And that's about it. We'll turn... Oh no, don't turn the toggle off. We still got Ash. Yeah, we're not just gonna say no to Primera. Pass. Of course you have cross out. I don't have any beneficial banish effects on the field, so unless he builds a board that's going to knock me out this turn, I'm not summoning Snopios. So let's just keep an eye on it, and I wish I could speed up live gameplay. It's got another copy of Second Up Centur-Ion, of course. I should have waited for the activation, not the place, because now he's going to get the pop off. So that was a misplay on my part. And then he just has Wake Up as well, so that's cool. Tridea. This is not good. Fortunately, I do have Keef coming back, which means if and when I can, unless he Crimson Dragons me in the draw phase, should be good. Because I can banish Sykes and Ascan, make sure that we get somebody coming back off of Keef. Yeah. I think we're gonna survive the turn at least, so that's nice. Yep. Cool. Just 3k damage? No big deal. That is a lot of stuff we got back there, guy. Son of a bitch. Forgot about the Omni Negate. Oh, that's not good. That is not good at all. Alright. First things first. We're gonna go Snopios. Let's get our big guys going. Omi, I am going to DP on you. First chance I get. Let's banish you. Save the shift in my hand. At least now if his Primera leaves the field. Ah, shit. Okay. Well, this isn't good. No, that's a good fight, though, at least. I love the Crimson Dragon's new animation. It's super cool. Doesn't this thing pull from banished anyways? Like, wouldn't have made that big of a deal. Okay, so he's immediately going to Crimson Dragon. As expected. What's he gonna do? There's no shot he supernovas. Like, you gotta go for Blazar. You're an idiot. Alright. When an opponent's monster effect is activated, it was banished by its own effect. Okay, so we've got to try and trick him? Is that what's about to happen here? Because I still have quick effect shift. So let's go for... Oh, he left everything in attack position. Hello, Mr. Whale. Yeah. We're gonna force it. Well. Shit. Okay, that didn't work out as I planned. And I got... What do I got coming back? Shift. I'm in trouble. How about no? I think I'm in trouble. If I can survive the turn and manage to get access to a level 4, should be fine, because then I can make Arion Post and get Snobios out of the grave, which will then allow me to start pulling again, I think. This might be a loss. There's Primera. I should have gone for the Deep Beyond thing as well. Oh, now you've got both. I'm in trouble. Draw a card, non-target pop. Yeah, that's exactly 5,000 if you put this thing back in attack position. I think this is a loss. Good game, sir. That's okay. This is what I was talking about. Ghoti can't really handle established boards. And I had... Really? Really? You had that in your hand. What are you doing? Okay. Yeah. Centur-Ion is basically Ghoti, but with big numbers. Instead of using the banish, she uses the spell and trap zone. So that's not gonna help me. Yeah, I got nothing. Yeah, that's game, guy. Good game. Good game. Can't win them all. Let's get to the deck profile. On to the deck profile. So, the live gameplay did show off a couple of misplays. I can go over that if you want in a separate video, but basically I had a couple of opportunities. I should have known that they would have put the Omni-Negate in the back row and used Shift first instead of Keef. That way, whenever they special summoned their monster from the back row, I could have Keef banished it and then summoned Shift from the banished zone anyways. So that would have helped kind of cut them off at the knees before they could Crimson Dragon me. Failing that, if they had some other thing to stop me from doing that, I should have Deep Beyonded instead of White Aura Whale. Deep Beyond would have gotten rid of their field spell. It would have put their level 12 Synchro in the banished as opposed to the graveyard, which would have stopped them from putting the counter trap, allowing it to resummon itself, and so on and so forth. We might have stood a chance at winning the game. Anyways, let's actually get into the new cards. Okay, so hand traps running 1 Veiler, 2 Ash, sorry, 2 Maxi, 3 Ash Blossom, 2 Called by, 1 Crossout, 1 Imperm. Was running Nib, but with how much boards get established very easily, it's less than ideal, because even if you do manage to nib your opponent, it sometimes hurts you more than it does them. Okay, normal summons. Running 3 Beautiful Princess. Normal or special summon it, and it can grab any level 4 lower fish, which is pretty much any monster outside of hand traps and the big guys. So aside from these 5 monsters here, it can grab literally anything in the deck, which is awesome. Love Beautiful. Is weak to Ash Blossom, though. Be careful with that. Other normal summons. Lifeless Leaf Fish. Sends a fish monster from the deck to the grave. Also can be Ash Blossomed. Normal target for that is Shift. So let's talk about our Ghotis. So running 2 Shift, 1 Paces, 1 Zap, and 1 Keef. Those are as far as our little fish. So these 4 here are all tuners. Shift can banish itself to boost any fish on the field by 500, which makes it a really, really good target for your initial banish, because you can keep it in rotation if you don't have any other way. Paces is very similar, except for you can normal summon it, you can make it banish itself, and then special summon another fish from your hand. And then Zap, you can banish this from your hand and then target a fish monster in your grave and banish it. It's got some unique utility, like if you've got Snopios or Sykes stuck in the grave. If it's banished on the opponent's turn, it's immediately re-special summons itself, and anytime that it's special summoned, it immediately wants to synchro away. So, Zep's a little bit different than the others. And then Keef is our only level 2 non-tuner, as far as the Ghotis are concerned. Also known as SP Littlefish to me. Just because whenever the opponent special summons a monster, you can target the monster that was special summoned and one of my level 6 lower fish. Banish this card and the opponent's card, re-special summon the banished fish, and then this thing comes back at the standby phase, just like all the other level 2 Ghotis. Okay, big Ghotis. Snopios. Snopios can banish 2 fish from hand or grave to special summon itself from the hand to the field. If itself is banished, you can banish a fish from the grave and put it back in your hand. Both of those are quick effects, which is cool. And then whenever it's special summon, you can select one card on the field, and when that card leaves the field, it is banished. Perfect for getting rid of link material, so on and so forth. Really, really good card. You really just need one of it. You don't need a clog in your hand. Sykes. Sykes is one of our new guys. If it's normal or special, you can add a fish to your hand and then banish a fish from the field. Any fish. So you can do crazy coelacanth plays if you wanted to. And then if it's banished, you can banish a fish from your hand to grave or field and then special summon this thing again. So, let's see here. What do we got next? I think that covers our Ghotis. Let's talk about the White Aura engine. White Sardine, you saw me use this a couple of times. Dumps a copy of itself as cost, then special summons itself, and if it's special summoned from the graveyard, you can treat it as a tuner, which is cool. It's like we got an extra 3 tuners in the deck. We already talked about Lifeless, Silent Angler, free extender from the hand, but it better be your last one, because then you can't special summon monsters from the hand for the rest of the turn. White Sunfish, our other half of the White Aura engine. If it's in the hand, you can target a level 4. It's basically custom written to work with White Sardine. If you've got a card in the grave and a card on the field with the same name, you can special summon the White Sunfish and then special summon the card in the grave, which is super cool. And just like the Sardine, if it's special summoned from the grave, you can treat it as a tuner. One of our best extenders, Abyss Shark. This thing is bonkers. It's basically just used as a fish rota, though. As long as we've got at least one water monster and all of them are water, which is why our entire extra deck is water. We don't want to run the risk. It's also why we're not running the Gamma package. Just in case. Don't want to brick on Abyss Shark. Anyways, it adds a level 3, 4, or 5 fish. And then the rest of the stuff doesn't really matter because we're not running any XCs. Alright, I think that about covers the main deck. Or the main deck monsters anyway. Gold Sark. Gold Sark is a great way to get some of your banished stuff banished to get you started. It's a good starter. 1-for-1 is basically a 4th copy of Beautiful Princess. Running 2 copies of TTT. I forgot to mention that on the hand traps. Distant Deepest Depths. This thing's actually pretty good now. Now that you got Sykes. While you control a fish synchro, it can't be destroyed or banished by card effects. It means it's very hard to get rid of. Basically, the only thing at that point that can out it is Zeus, which is cool. You can banish a fish from your hand to grave and then add a Ghoti from your deck to your hand. So, like I said, great way to unbrick your hand or grave. And then if a fish monster is normal special summoned while this card ends in the grave, you can target a fish monster you control, banish it, and if you do, add this card to your hand. So, if the opponent does happen to out it, all you gotta do is put a fish on the field, banish it, and then you get it back. So, it's super good, especially since almost all of our fish benefit from being banished. White Reincarnation. Card number 3 from the White Aura engine. It's basically Rhoda for the White Aura cards. It does have some other text on it that I haven't been able to use yet, but if our White Aura monster attacks, you can make another attack in a row, which is cool when you combo with the whale. And then once per turn, if a level 8 or higher fish synchro monster special summon from the grave, you can destroy all monsters your opponent controls. So that is literally written for White Aura whale, because I don't have any other way to get my fish back from the grave. Yeah. So, on to the extra deck. So, extra deck Ghoti, Arion Posts. Got running 2 of those. If it's synchro summoned, you can banish a level 6 or lower fish from the deck. Like I said, Sykes is normally the new target for that. And then if it's synced to the grave as synchro material, you can target a fish monster in your grave, banish it, and then add a fish monster with equal or lower level from your deck to your hand. Usually going to banish itself and add Snopios, so you end up getting both of your big guys under rotation. White Aura Porpoise. Our new White Aura Synchro monster thing's actually pretty good. When it's Synchro Summoned, you can special summon one level 4 lower fish from your hand or grave in defense, then special summon one monster with the same name from your grave. So that's... You can do this no matter what, and then if you happen to have another one, you can do that as well, which is cool if you've got 2 sardines in the grave. You can get 2 tuners back on the field, which allows you to go into 8 and 10 with just White Aura Porpoise, which is pretty cool. And then just like the others, if it's destroyed and sent to the grave, yeah, you can banish a water monster, special summon it, and this one is mandatory treated as a tuner. So that kind of sucks, but it's okay. All of the White Auras in the extra deck do that. Speaking of other White Auras in the extra deck, we've got the White Aura Whale. When it's Synchro Summoned, it's a very important, it can miss timing, do it on Chain Link 1. You can destroy all opponent's attack position monsters. Can attack up to 2 monsters each battle phase, which is cool, because then after you do your second attack, you can use White Reincarnation and get a third out of it. It does piercing, so basically anything that didn't destroy when it got summoned, it can then swing into and do damage. And then, just like the Porpoise, if it's destroyed and sent to the grave, you can banish another water monster and special summon it as a tuner. Adamancipator Risen Dragite, one of our only negates in the deck, and it's a spell and trap negate. This first part doesn't matter. Basically, if you have a water monster in the grave, you have a once per turn spell or trap negate. And it negates the activation, not the effect. So be careful with that. Ascan, level 8 Ghoti tuner, Ghoti extra deck monster. If the card's Synchro Summoned, you can target 1 fish I control and 1 card the opponent controls and banish them. If the card's banished, you can banish a fish from the grave and then special summon it back. Makes it really easy to come back, really hard to get rid of, and you get a lot of recursion even from the grave, because then you got a lot of monsters that can banish Sykes or Ascan to get it back on the field. Chi-Ying. Everybody knows what Chi-Ying does. Gets big really fast for every banished monster, makes everybody on the other side weaker for every banished monster, and it has a non-target banish from the field and grave if any card is banished. Ghoti of the Deep Beyond. It gets huge, 500 times the number of banished monsters, so unless you're getting this thing out turn 1, it's gonna get pretty big. Oh, excuse me. If this card's Synchro Summoned during your opponent's turn, you can banish everything on the field, which is what I should have done against Centur-Ion. I don't know why I went for the whale. That was a lapse in judgment. It's early. Alright, Ice Jade Gamir Adrian. You can activate this effect as a quick effect. Face monsters you control cannot be destroyed or banished by opponent's card effects this turn. Then if you activate it in response to an opponent's card or activation, you can banish it. And then if a card's banished by your opponent's card effect while its card's in your grave, you can special summon this thing back out of the field. So, yeah. Marincess Coralline Enemy. It reses monsters with less than 1500 air attack. Because I don't have... I mean, I have a second Marincess card now, but I used to not run it. Abyss Keeper. This is a late game level 2. If you've got something bricked up in your hand, when it's link summoned, you can special summon a fish to a zone this thing points to. And then you can target a fish monster you control and a fish monster your opponent controls and banish them. So some niche uses. I don't use it very much, but it comes up. Marincess Great Bubble Reef. This is our new one. This thing's pretty sweet. I didn't know this thing was in the game. I would have had this thing in Ghoti ages ago, had I known. Once per turn during each standby phase, you can banish a water monster from your graveyard or face-up field and draw a card. So if you've got anything in the grave that you want banished, you can banish it and then draw a card, which is super cool. And then, the fun fact is, if you have activated this thing on the last chain link, and you banish one of your tuners that comes back, or one of your fish that comes back during the standby phase, it'll do it then, which is cool. Anyways, it gets huge for every time a monster's banished. It is mandatory, it gains 600 attack. And then, yeah, If for some reason an enemy's banished, you can send a water monster from hand to your grave and then special summon an enemy. But I don't think I'd ever do that. And then, last but not least, you got World Sea Dragon Zelantis. Deep beyond at home, as it were. Link 4 banishes everything on the field during the main. If you've done it on the same turn as an enemy, you're waterlocked, which means you only summon back your monsters, which is really funny. Love doing that. And then, if you've managed to co-link something with Zelantis, then you can pop cards during the battle phase. Anyways, I hope you guys got a lot of use out of the Ghoti replays and got an idea on how to play it. Let me know what you think down in the comments. I know I misplayed during the live gameplay, but feel free to roast me. It's cool. I don't mind. I can take criticism. And I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace.